born at Middleton Farm, Neilston in 1940. It was all horses we had, but in 45 actually, I've still got a receipt up in the house. My father bought a tractor, a Fortson N for £145, and he was quite the first in the area to have a tractor, you know. So I learned to drive it when I was very young, and then in 55 when I left the school he bought me that David Brown, and as I say he paid £630 for it, and he always said the £30 was extra for the lights so I could work night and day, and I think I've been working night and day ever since. But because we had a great capacity for work, we could do our own farm work, and he used to send me out to contract to other farmers, you know, like plough fields and so drill them up and plant turnips and all that, and cut corn and everything, you know. I was always doing all that. At the beginning of the war there was a big gun, it's now the caravan site, there's a gun site up the back. The sirens all went. My father used to take us in the car up the road because the guns used to fire. I was told this, I wouldn't see it, you know, at my age, but the guns used to fire at the planes going up the Clyde, and they were what they called, it's now a power station, but it was a dummy drome that there was only one man on it, and they had like wooden aeroplanes and hangars and things, and they used to searchlight all that, so that when the planes were coming in to bomb Glasgow, it brought them over, you know, and they bombed this dummy drome, and the guns, it was closer to the guns to shoot them, you know. So all that happened all around about us. There were a lot of holes up in the hills up there that bombs landed. That's why my dad took us in the car and away up the road in case the house got a direct hit, you know. And then, as I say, when it was a rented farm that we're in, so this other farm came up for sale, and my dad didn't keep great health. He died when he was 59, and we bought this other farm, you know, at Thornley Muir, so it was our own farm then, you know. That was where I started the lorries from, you know.
What made you start the lorries?
I was contracting with 2 tractors, you know, and putting out dung middens for farmers and ploughing and doing all that work, cutting a lot of corn with a binder. And one of the farmers I did a lot of work for down in Shinnon, which was quite a big farm, he kind of suggested that he would like a combine, you know, to cut his corn. So I looked at the price of a combine, and this wasn't the area for it. There's not a lot of grain. He was one of the biggest farmers, Adams of Barnhill, and this isn't the area for combining. So I says, I'm not spending all that money in a combine to work, 2 or 3 months in a year. So I decided to buy a truck, and I bought that first Thames Trader for £100. And I used to buy and sell straw and hay and off other farmers and sell it to other ones, you know, and so on, and move it about with this lorry and do a bit of animal feeding. And then I had another contractor that was complaining about what I was doing, and I went in to him one day. I was driving his lorry, and I come in at night. He says to me, how much you want for that old lorry? I says, oh, £100. I'd worked it for about 4 months. So he gave me £100 and painted it in his colours, you know. And then, as I say, later on I went and started and get a contract licence and bought another lorry and worked to animal feed merchants. I had 2 contracts. I had one with Bowie and Airman, one with Howie Goldie Bell, you know. And as long as I was hauling their stuff, it was before the operator's licence, so this, you know. And I just used to work away with that, you know, built it up. We knew the animal feed merchants, you know, and we knew they needed transport and things, so I just started that way, you know. And I had, my first driver was Joe Mitchell, who's no longer with us, and I drove one and Joe drove one, and we hauled animal feeds all around about, you know.